John Lewis. I had the wonderful privilege of meeting him in 2018 when I was at Spelman College. And it was, I believe, the midterms at that time, and we had several speakers come to the AUC and visit. Former President Barack Obama was one of them. And I knew that Congressman John Lewis had had a relationship with my grandfather, Reverend John S. Nettles. And so I wanted to introduce myself, and I was praying for the opportunity to, and he just so happened to be walking down the same sidewalk I was walking on, headed back to my dorm. And so I actually have the video on my Facebook page of our interaction, and I asked him if he remembered who he was, and he said yes. How could I forget Anniston, Alabama, and how could I forget your grandfather and the things that were changed through his leadership? And so it was just an inspiring and empowering moment for me, and it was transformational in a lot of ways to know that he spent his life, regardless of how he was treated, ensuring the quality of life for others. And that's something that I see in myself. At 25 years old, he was walking across the Edmund Pettus Bridge fighting for voting rights. He was pistol whipped, he was beat, he was called all types of names, and yet he still stood strong. He still treated the oppressors in a positive way. There was a book that I read when I was a freshman, and it says, "The oppressed must not in turn become the oppressors. You do not fight hate with hate. You do not fight violence with violence. You do not fight bigotry with bigotry. What you do, if you don't like the way that something is headed, if you don't like the trajectory of it, you position yourself to do something about it." And so what does that look like? It not only means getting out and voting and turning out the voters, but it means running for office. It means changing and shaping the way people think. It means doing the right thing no matter how hard it gets. And I've only had a sliver of what he endured for so many years. I'm a young woman, which people seem to point out quite often. I'm a woman of color at that, and I'm a woman. Intersectionality is something that I live with every day of my life, but it's not something that I let get to me, because I believe in the power of doing the right thing. I believe in the power of loving and thinking of others, sometimes and greater than I think about myself. But seeing you all here shows me that there are people in this world that care. There are people that have the basic level of human decency, wanting what is best for others. And so I think as we continue our fights and our push for freedom, and freedom looks different for everybody, but as we continue that, I think that we can be encouraged that we have a young generation of people who believe in that and who are willing to put themselves in these spaces and do the right thing. All we have to do is support and encourage them. And I feel encouraged seeing you all here today, and even the